Et évidemment, j'étais là et aussi mon collègue, le ministre Leblanc. Nous avons discuté des
We
relations entre le Canada et les
discussed
États-Unis.
the relationship between Canada and the U.S.
The U.S. economic relationship is balanced and mutually beneficial. How Canada is the largest market for the United States, larger than China, Japan, the UK, and France combined. We discussed how all of us are working hard to explain the value of that economic relationship to our American counterparts, that it is a win-win. The Prime Minister started the meeting by thanking premiers for their active and effective outreach work. We are taking a Team Canada approach. A number of premiers spoke out strongly in favor of a robust Canadian response to unjustified tariffs. Some premiers proactively identified products that their provinces produce and export to the United States, and which the U.S. relies on, and which should be considered as part of the Canadian response. This included some critical minerals and metals. We are taking a Team Canada approach. We know that this is a moment when Canada needs to be strong, smart, and united. And we know that when Canada is strong, smart, and united, when we play as a team, we can be effective and we will win. We recognize, the Prime Minister, Minister LeBlanc, and I, and all of the premiers, that this is a serious moment for Canada, and we are resolute and determined to meet that moment. Nous comprenons que c'est
We
un moment
understand that
sérieux pour le Canada. que
it's
c'est
a
un
serious
défi
time
sérieux.
for
Nous
Canada,
comprenons aussi
very serious.
que
We
le
also
Canada
understand
doit
that
être uni,
Canada
doit
needs
être
to be
intelligent,
united,
doit être
intelligent,
résolu et fort.
resolute,
Et nous
and strong,
comprenons que
and we
travaillons
understand
ensemble,
that working
travaillons
together
en tant que l'équipe Canada,
as a team,
le
as Team
Canada
Canada,
gagnera.
Canada
Merci, et je
will
passe
win.
la parole maintenant à mon collègue.
Thank
le
you,
ministre
and I'll
Leblanc.
turn it over to my colleague, Mr. Leblanc.
Sorry.
No, that this is better than standing on the thing. Good evening, bonsoir tout le monde.
Hello.
As
Good
Chrystia
evening.
said, the Prime Minister began the hour-and-a-half-long conversation by thanking the premiers for their outreach to Americans. He noted, for example, Premier Ford having launched ads in the United States, going on Fox News. Premier Smith going to the Western Governors Association, also going on Fox News. Le Premier Ministre a remercié
The Prime
le Premier
Minister
ministre
thanked
Legault
Premier
pour avoir
Legault
sensibilisé
for
M.
having
Trump quant à la nature
raised awareness
punitive des tarifs lorsqu'il l'a croisé
for
à
Trump
Paris
as
la
to the
semaine
punitive aspect of tariffs when he saw him in Paris last week.
With an overview of our border plan. He stressed that illegal migration from Canada to the United States is only 0.6% of the total, and Canadian fentanyl is 0.2% of the total of U.S. seizures. But we also obviously acknowledge that one fentanyl pill is one fentanyl pill too many, and that we committed to continuing to work, obviously, with American authorities, both on the issue of illegal migration and the issue of synthetic drug seizures. We shared details of the border plan with premiers and received positive feedback. We were encouraged by their desire to contribute provincial personnel, provincial assets to this work. It was a conversation where premiers were as specific as talking about certain vehicles that could contribute and different provincial personnel that could work with the RCMP or Canadian Border Services. The idea of jointly working together was very encouraging for us. We're going to incorporate many of the positive suggestions that the premiers made into finalizing our border plan. And then obviously a priority will be to share details of this plan with the incoming Trump administration and with Canadians in the coming days. Nous avons eu des discussions fort intéressantes et fort
We've had
encourageantes
very
avec les
encouraging,
premiers ministres des
interesting
provinces et des
discussions with the
territoires
premiers of the
sur les
provinces and
mesures
territories on the
ciblées,
measures
et
targeted
des détails en ce
that were
qui a trait
targeted
à la sécurité frontalière
and
que nous avons
details with regard to
partagé avec
border
les premiers
security,
ministres.
which
Nous
we
avons
shared
partagé
with the
ces
premiers. We
détails-là
shared these
et nous avons été
details,
très
and we
encouragés
were very
par la
encouraged
réponse des
by the
premiers ministres, des
response
gouvernements provinciaux et
by
territoriaux.
the provincial and
Ils
territorial
ont fait
governments.
des suggestions
They've made
quant aux
suggestions
effectifs provinciaux, de l'équipement,
for
véhicules,
provincial
qui pourront
assets,
appuyer
equipment,
le travail
vehicle
important que fait la GRC et l'Agence
that they
des
could
services frontaliers.
to be used to
Alors, on était
support
très
the
très
important work of the
encouragés.
RCMP
Nous allons
and
évidemment
CDA. We were very encouraged by
les
this meeting, and
suggestions
we
que
will
les premiers ministres ont
obviously
partagées
incorporate
afin de
the
finaliser
suggested
le
by
plan,
the
pour,
premiers to
la
finalize
sécurité frontalière. Et la prochaine étape très
our
importante
border
pour nous
security.
sera
And the
de
next step that's
partager
very important
ces
for us is
détails-là
to share these
avec
details
l'équipe du président Trump, avec le
with the
président
Trump
évidemment,
team,
avec
with
les
President
Canadiens
Trump,
aussi.
obviously, and
Alors,
with Canadians
pour
too.
nous, les prochaines
So,
étapes
for
sont
us,
assez
the
claires.
coming steps
On aura
are
des
clear.
détails à révéler au cours
We'll
des
have
prochains
details
jours
to
bientôt.
reveal in
Mais
the
on a
coming
conclu la
days
conversation avec
soon, but
vraiment
we've
un
concluded
sentiment de
this
travail
conversation
partagé.
with a
C'est
feeling of
exactement
shared work,
l'expression que nous allons
teamwork.
partager avec nos partenaires américains,
But
la
this is
volonté
also
des
what we will
provinces
share with our
de
U.S.
participer
counterparts.
activement dans
That
un
the
objectif
provinces and
partagé
territories
commun,
will
c'est la sécurité
take part in
frontalière
a
et la lutte contre le
shared
fentanyl. Merci beaucoup.
objective, which is a border security and the stop of fentanyl.